So one of the things that a lot of people have problems with is hanging food. 'Cause you gotta take and get it so that, you know, it's away from the trees and stuff. And for that it takes 2 ropes. This rope goes all the way over to that tree. Up through here, over to the food bag. Then there's another line that goes off the other direction. You gotta have 2 bags to do your food, you know, you just do. If you don't get it up high enough and away from the branches, stuff's gonna get it. Which leads me to another point. And I'm going to show you how I pack my food up here in a little while. But fact is, if you vacuum pack all your food, like I do, and like many, many other campers that I know, putting the food in the bags, that's about regulation. You'll see these videos where these bears are climbing trees. They'll come right into a camp. They will look at the trees where food is always hung. They'll look straight at a tree. They'll go up to the bottom of it. Most everybody wants to hang one rope over a big branch and just have it hang straight down. Well, that's not hardly ever going to deter a bear. I don't know if you folks have ever seen it, but I have, living in the Yellowstone area, where bears will bite a tin can. So why would a bear bite a tin can? Well, because they found empty cans that had food. So they learn that that can has food in it. You can't smell that food. Most of the time when they're going after those canoe packs, they're not smelling food. They've just learned that food's in those packs. So that brings us to the theory that you're a lot better off taking a pack that has sealed food in it, you know, vacuum packed food, putting it in a backpack and just taking it out there in the woods somewhere, away from your camp, putting it behind a log or in a little hollow, or just make sure it's not on a game trail or something. And the people I know that do that, they've never lost food. I've never lost food. I've never had a bear. I've had bears come in my camp quietly. And I'm sure that with maybe two exceptions, yeah, just 2 exceptions, I never probably knew they were there. That said, I'm still hanging my food. It's a pain in the ass, especially when you bring a lot of food. You bring 3 weeks worth of food, you gotta have a lot of rope and a lot of hang points. For 2 people, it's just too much food. So something to keep in mind, but regulations say bear canister or hang. And by the way, these barrels that people carry, it's a great way to store food, particularly if you vacuum pack it properly. But that barrel is not going to keep a bear from getting into it. Only the little round, expensive barrels are going to keep them from getting in. Although there's a lot of talk about the Ursus sack now. The Ursus sack is a Kevlar sack. Some backpackers are using them. I've heard good things and bad things. But as we get more and more people here in the United States, more and more people in the outdoors, especially after the pandemic, bears getting into food is a big time problem, and it's coming up with big time regulations that are going to have big time pain in the ass results for everyone that does it right. Anyway, 2 ropes for bear bagging.